Hey guys, it is Harrison, or Shrebegi22, and welcome to another Minecraft video. Today, we're going to be doing a tutorial on what I'm going to call the best, pretty much, there's no better, so the best mob farm on console. I don't have a PS4, so I haven't tested on PS4, but I'm fairly certain the same mechanics are in the game as an Xbox One. Now, to be clear, this is Xbox One Edition, not Bedrock Edition, or Better Together. That's completely different, and I'm not going to be covering that in this video. This is specifically and directly Xbox One Edition / PS4 Edition. So, let's get into this right away. First couple things, I'm going to show you that, as you can see, this is not my original design, but the redstone and the concept is mine. I used it to make it work on Xbox, but this is originally an ilmango sort and style of mob farm with these flushing mob farm in this configuration with the magma blocks and everything. But I have redone the redstone on the side and through the middle of the farm and the whole clock up here to work on Xbox and be as efficient as it possibly can be. Just want to point that out. This is ilmango's design, but with my own redstone. Now that I've said that, let's go over a few things you need to know about this farm. First, you're going to want to build this in a deep ocean biome. Now, this is obviously a super flat of just ocean, and why you want to do this is so that way no mobs can spawn in caves or anything like that to hinder and take up the mob cap for this farm. Because this farm won't hit the mob cap because they spawn on the platforms, they get flushed down, and they die for fall damage, and then they get flushed into the system. That's how the farm works. Now, another thing is if you do build it in the ocean, there might be some surrounding islands, and just to be safe, you might want to light those up because they may be within the spawning radius, and you're going to want to just light up the tops of the islands. You could go caving and light up the caves if you want, but that's just an option. And the last bit of information you're going to want to know is make sure to have lots of storage. In 1 hour, I filled up 3 double chests, pretty much max, and the 2 hoppers connecting the 2 chests almost fully in just 1 hour. I'm going to give you those specs and those rates in just a minute. But before we do that, I'm going to quickly show you that even during the day, it's obviously right in the middle of the day in Minecraft, once we put this thing onto hard mode, the mobs immediately start spawning, or maybe not immediately, but as you can see, immediately start spawning, which is, it's an all mob farm. So it's witches, zombies, skeletons, and they spawn. Look at how many, because they have nowhere else to spawn. That's why you want to build this in an ocean biome, because then you don't run into this problem. Now, here's the redstone, and I'll explain why this is set up the way it is, and why there's so many repeaters, and why I did it this way. There may be a better way, but this is the best way I found to do it. Now, to activate this farm, you simply just flick the lever. And you have to do it kind of quick, but you just give it a nice little pulse and let go. So that way each repeater is on 1 tick of delay. As you can see, that just activated the sweeping, and they just got swept down. Every single one got swept, and now they're gone. They went and died. And now the new mobs will be spawning shortly, and after a short period of time, the redstone will bud, and will turn on the water sources down here, which will then flow everything, as you can see, all the drops, right into that middle hole, perfectly, right at time. As you can see, right as the water finished up, that last bit goes. And if we check down here in our storage system, there may be some, there's some carpets in there when I was counting. But as you can see, this hopper's already filled up, pushing out items, and we already got a big sweep of items just from this first little go-around. And it already went again, so we're going to get more drops every single time. And it's just super, super quick and super, super efficient. So now I'm going to let this farm run for a little bit, and we'll see. While that happens, I'll give you guys some rates on this farm. So this farm, in 1 hour, got 1,670 gunpowder, which is 26 and a bit stacks, just over 26 stacks in 1 hour of gunpowder. 1,665 bones, which is just over 26 stacks as well. 1,747 arrows, which is just over 27 stacks. 1,477 string, which is just over 23 stacks. And on the side of spider drops, there was 15 spider eyes, so about a quarter of a stack. 1,613 rotten flesh, so just over 25 stacks. And then with the witch drops, there's about 15 glowstone, 32 sticks, 21 sugar, 15 redstone, dust, and 17 bottles. So about half a stack of sticks and then about a quarter of a stack for the other 4. but still, it's not a witch farm. It is an all-around mob farm, and really this farm is designed for your gunpowder and your bones, your string, and your arrows. Those are the main things for me. Rotten flesh as well, because you can trade that with villagers, but nowadays we have the elytras, and personally, I use the gunpowder for, making rockets and stuff like that, the bones for making farms, the arrows for your bows, and the strings for either your bows or your, just to shoot to put in dispensers maybe, stuff like that, and then string for like wool and stuff again. So I'm gonna stop rambling. Now let's get into what you need. I will put this link of the list of what you need in the description of the video, so go check that out. Take a picture of it so you can get it. It is a lot, so I'm gonna say it, but it also will be in the description. You will need 538 magma blocks, which is 8 stacks and 26. You will need 92 dispensers, which is 1 stack and 28. You will also need 92 buckets of water to fill each of those dispensers. You will need 4 stacks or 256 blocks of choice. This can be any block you want. You need 73 redstone dust, which is 1 stack and 9. You need 83 redstone repeaters, which is 1 stack and 19. You will need 24 redstone blocks, 24 sticky pistons, 2 cobblestone walls, and here's the big one, 2,653 half slabs, which is 41 stacks and 29. Again, all that will be in the description of the video. Optional things are about 2 stacks of glass. As you can see, I use glass through the middle of this and at the bottom, but that is completely optional. 32 ladders or half a stack of ladders to make your little thing up to your AFK platform, and 4 glowstone if you make the same configuration of a AFK platform as me, just to make sure there's no light source at all, even though it's all bottom half slabs, just to be safe. So that is basically all you need to make this huge, awesome mob farm. As you can see, it is still working. It's still going. It's about to sweep again. It just did. So now we're actually going to cut this off so they don't continue to spawn. I'm just going to plug that up so they can't spawn as well. So we're going to get the last sweep. These will continue to spawn, but I'm actually going to turn this off so they don't spawn anymore. And now let's just go quickly check how many drops we already have. I believe this first hopper will be full. Oh no. Okay, it's going pretty quick. But as you can see, we already have this many amps, over a stack of gunpowder already. It is so quick, so efficient. It's amazing. So, without any more talking about it, let's get into building this. So again, what we need. So I'm going to build another one over here this way, and we're going to get right to work. Alright, so I've grabbed the things I needed, and now let's get right to work. So, what we're going to need to do is just going to start with a block over the water, and how I'm going to do it, and you can make your storage system however you want. You can make the drops come directly out of the hole and go directly into a hopper and into your storage system of whatever you do. It will be in the water, so you can then transport them out of the way and then into your storage system, however you want to do it. But personally, I'm just going to run some ice down like this, and we're going to run it 8 blocks so that way they can get trapped in. I'm just going to use, my block of choice today is going to be iron blocks. You can use whatever you want. Don't use iron blocks on survival unless you have a crazy iron farm for some reason and you can use them, but don't use them. That's kind of ridiculous. And then just going to put your water there, and then it'll flow down and then into your storage system. So now what you're going to do is off this block, you're going to put magma blocks all around it, just like so, and then you're going to build up your 2 cobblestone walls like this. You're going to need to put 3, but then you're just going to break that bottom one because sometimes blocks get glitched in there, and no mobs survive the fall, so really you don't actually need this, but just in case somehow a mob does spawn, like they have feather falling boots or something like that, this is just a backup safe. So you're going to break that middle block, and now from each one you're going to go out a total of 8. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again on all 4 sides. So again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now what you're going to do is at a diagonal, you're going to connect them all like this. I'm not going to do any counting because you're just connecting 2 corners. Make sure you do it just like that so that 1 is still pointing out. And you're going to do it all around all 4 sides or all 4 angles, whatever you want to call it. Just like so. Just like that. And then you're going to fill that in. I'm going to cut away, but you're going to fill that in, and we're going to move on to the next step. Alright, now that you got that all filled in, I quickly want to say, feel free and do pause the video at any time when you're, I know you guys are going to be building this in survival, so you're not going to be able to build as fast as me or as precise as me. So take your time, pause the video, be careful with the magma blocks, they do hurt your feet, just be careful. But anyways, let's move on. So now pick any corner you want, or any side, I guess this would be a side, and you're going to want to go up a block, so out a block and up a block, just like that. And now from this block, again, counting this block, you're going to want to go out 8. So this is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you're going to do this on all 4 sides, doing it a little quicker. So again, out a block, up a block, you can break that block, and I'll go out a total of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do it one more time. Out a block, up a block, and then out a total of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And last time, out a block, up a block again, and then out again a total of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now again, the same as you did the bottom, connect these up. I'll show you one side, but then you're going to fill in the rest with your magma blocks. So you're going to connect it up just like this. Again, it's going to take you a lot longer on survival. Don't get frustrated. Take your time. Again, pause the video. Probably pause the video right now because you're probably going to be on this stage for a while. But again, you're just going to fill this in just like this. I'm going to start with the outside to work my way in. That's the way I did it, just so I didn't, like, accidentally place too many blocks or lose track of where I need it to be. But that's what you're going to want to do. So go ahead and do that now. I'm going to cut away, time lapse this up, and then we're going to move on to the next step. Again, don't forget to pause that video when you need to. Okay, now that you got that done, we're going to move on to the next step, which I would call step 3. And basically what we're going to be doing is moving and putting on the dispenser, the walls that hold the dispensers. So basically what you're going to do is go out a block, up a block. You can leave that bottom block. It will be easier for me. I want to pause some swiftness just to make this quicker. Which you're going to do that all the way around. So it'll be an extra block, out a block, and up a block. I'm using iron blocks. Again, don't use iron blocks. You don't have to. You can use any block in the game you want. You can use dirt, cobblestone, stone bricks, andesite, any of those easy blocks. Personally, I have a lot of like andesite and granite and diorite laying around. So if you don't care really what it looks like, you can make it out of this. I made mine out of glass on mine, just because I think glass looks kind of nice. But again, it does not matter. So don't use iron blocks on your survival world and waste all your iron on a mob farm. That's not producing iron. That'd be kind of silly. But anywho, place these all around, one high, just like that. And now on the corners, you're going to want to put an extra block because there's not going to be anything there, and you're going to put actually redstone dust on top of it later. But now on every other one, you're going to be putting dispensers facing out like this. So when you look at a wall, how I can describe this is when you look at into one corner, the wall of the angle on the left side will have the dispensers facing towards you. And it doesn't really matter, you could do it on the right as long as you follow that respective order for every one. So as you can see, mine are on the left. When I turn this way, they need to be facing me on the left. When I turn again, they need to be facing me on the left. And when I turn for the last time, they need to be facing me on the left. So it'll be just like that. And then these ones will be facing this direction, just like this. Whoops, don't do that. Just like that. Keep placing them just like that. Again, I'm going to pop some swiftness just to make this a little quicker. And you're going to be just facing them. Make sure they're alternating what direction they're facing, basically, on all 4 angles or sides. Just like that. And the last one here. Again, this is a lot easier for me on creative, but it is doable. I did do it. So now you have that done. That's pretty much, that would probably be the second hardest part of this. The hardest part is going to be placing all these blocks. Now you could crouch and place them on like here, and that actually will save you breaking blocks. But for me, I'm just going to place them like this, because that way I don't got to crouch place on every single one. And you're in survival, so you're already having to stand there, so you might as well just crouch. It'll save you time placing extra blocks, because all these blocks on the outside are extra blocks. So you only need 1 block off of that dispenser. So you only need it to look like this. 1 block off of each dispenser, just like that. But again, I'm doing it to save myself time because I'm lazy. So yes, do this all the way around. I'm going to cut away and do this. But then once you have that done, we'll move on to the next step. Alright, now that you have that done, I'm going to quickly say that might have been a little bit confusing, so let me recap just really quick. You're going to go up your 1 block from the magma block, then your dispenser, and then on the outside you're going to have a block of choice. You could also just do a top half slab if you made too many half slabs by accident. That's actually what I did on mine over there, as you can see. But again, you only need 1. You can leave the extra blocks. You don't have to remove those. They're not in the way, but they're just extra blocks. If you're using iron blocks, I would suggest saving those. But now comes the sort of the hard part. You can either, now, you're going to need to fill all these dispensers with water buckets. Now, you can either do that first or second. It doesn't really matter. But you're going to need to fill those all in. So go ahead and do that. I'm not going to show you that on camera because that's just simple. You just click on it, put the water bucket in, and then you move on to the next one. Pretty simple. I'm going to grab this out just in case. But what you're going to do next is you're going to want to pick a side that you want to be your receiving side. I'm going to pick this side, so I'm just going to extend this out like this just so I can make sure I know what side is my receiving side. Basically what side that the bar coming from the top is going to be on. I'm going to pick this side for no reason. Now what you're going to want to do is I'm going to put a repeater here, so on this first block, and then a piece of redstone dust, and now you're just going to go all the way around placing redstone dust like this. Pretty simple. This is why I would personally do the buckets last. That way you don't risk your dispensers going out of sync, because you're going to be, how I test it is I just do it like this at first. I'm just going to do one side, and you can figure it out for yourself. It's pretty self-explanatory after this. Now I'm going to go back, and I'm going to power this. So let me just grab a, sure that'll work. Power this, and now you can see where it goes, and the redstone dies. So the redstone dies here. So now how I do is I extend a block here, you break this block, put a piece of redstone dust there, and a repeater there. So again, you go to where it's going to die, you go out a block, an extra block, put a piece of redstone dust, break that redstone dust that was there, replace it with a repeater. I'll do it again one more time. So this is where it ends. So I'm going to break this, replace it with a repeater, add an extra block here, and then add a piece of redstone dust on the outside so the current will continue. So as you can see, you can just do this all the way around. Again, you have to crouch because you are placed on top of dispensers. But I would do the whole thing around with redstone dust personally. I'm going to go do one more side for you guys here, and then go around and just add your repeaters where needed. You don't have to add a repeater on every single one, just every 15 blocks. That's how much redstone output each strength it has. So you can see this is where it ends. So I'm going to replace that with a repeater, add an extra block, and another piece of redstone dust. Find where it ends again. It ends actually over here. Break that. Put a redstone repeater. Add an extra block and redstone dust. As you can see, you're gonna do that all the way around until you get back to the start. And then once you get here, you're just gonna put a piece of redstone dust. You don't have to connect it to that repeater or that redstone dust there. You just end it off like that all the way around. I'll come back and I'll show you guys what that'll look like, but I'm gonna cut away just to save some time. Okay, time for part 3 or part 4. Sorry. Okay, now for step 4. What we're going to do now is we're going to start working on the spawn platforms. So what you're going to do is from this cobblestone wall, from the top of it, you're going to place a block on top. Again, if you're on survival, just, build up to it, just like this. Pretty simple. And on this block, you're going to go up 24 blocks. So now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. There you go. Boom. 24 blocks. Now, off this block, you're going to place your half slabs. So now I'm just going to quickly place a little cylindrical of slabs just like this. Actually, these slabs will actually all get removed. It's kind of funny. But now, you can replace this one with a slab and then destroy this line of blocks. Okay, now you have your little starting platform of little 3x3. You could have made it a little bit bigger if you wanted to. Now this is where you're going to choose between glass or any block. I use glass on the other example, so for this one I will use my block. What you're basically going to do is you're basically just going to go all the way up like this with your blocks. Now I'm just going to extend them up just for a little bit so you can get an idea. We'll get the exact measurements in due time. But how I would do this is I would do this in this order. I would build a little platform, and then I would place your dispensers just like this on this platform directly on the slabs, and then you go up 2 blocks and another dispenser, up 2 blocks just like that, and another dispenser, up 2 blocks and another dispenser. So now you have 4. You're going to do 7. So up 2 more blocks, dispenser, that's 5. Let me bring this wall up a little higher. Up 2 blocks, dispenser, that's 6, and up 2 blocks, that is 7. So now this is going to go up a little bit higher, but we'll just extend this for now. So again, do this on all 4 sides. So you have it on this side, do it on all 4 sides, and then we'll get right to work on the platforms. Now comes the fun part when you're in survival. Not. But what you're going to want to do is you got to make these platforms. Now these platforms, you're going to start them here. So this little bottom section doesn't count. So right off this is 1. And off each side is going to be 8 you're going to go out 8 from each dispenser face. So make sure it is a top half slab, and you're going to go out 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let me say that again. I don't know how to explain it too well, but again, so I'll show you every level individually. You're going to go out a total of 8 from the very bottom of this dispenser. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just like we did down there. And again, just like down there, I do the angles first. You're going to angle them up, just like so, and you're going to fill them in. I'm not going to fill them in because it's going to take too much time. But now you're going to go up a level, and again, off the bottom of this, you're going to go out 8. So that you can see you can line it up. It's easier once you have one in because then you can line it all in. And then from there, you're going to go out 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can double check, make sure they're all lined up. Perfect. And then you're just going to want to fill this in. I'll fill this one in just for show. Really quick, just like that. Again, it's a lot easier on creative. It will take you a good amount of time. This is probably the longest part of the build. And again, on every single one, you're going to go from the bottom of that dispenser, so literally where it's just like this, and out 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On all 7 platforms. There will be 7 platforms. Now, don't cut away just yet. You can, again, pause the video at any time. But up here's coming a important step you're going to want to make sure you do. Otherwise, it will mess up your drops and your farm will not work. So now you have these 5 blocks here. And here you have 2.5 blocks. You have 1, 2, and then a half, as you can see. You do 2.5, that way they can spawn all the mobs, except for Endermen. You do not want Endermen in this farm. It'll break the farm. They'll spawn, then the water will make them teleport to the top, and then they'll stay on the top and they will never despawn until they go away in the day. But again, at night, that'll just break the farm at night. So what you're going to do is you're going to go 1, 2, and then a half, and then again you're going to come out 8, just like this. And now right on top of these, because this is still spawnable, so if you left this, mobs would spawn up here, including Endermen. You're just going to want to cover this with another bottom half slab. So this looks like a full block, but it's actually a top half slab with a bottom half slab on top. Kind of weird, top, bottom on top of top. I know, confusing. But why you do this is so Enderman can't spawn on this top platform, and then nothing can spawn here. Which is why you do that. Later in editing, I realized that I didn't say it, but I did it in the video later on. That top block of iron blocks, or whatever your block of choice is actually 1 too high right now. So that what you're looking at right now, or you were just looking at, is that top layer needs to be removed. It's 1 too high. That platform from the final platform, the spawn platform, up should be 5. And the dispenser level counts as 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that top one just needs to get removed. I just realized that in editing, so I'm throwing that in there now. Okay, step 4 is done. Now we're going to move on in step 5, which is putting in the pistons, the sticky pistons and redstone blocks, which is pretty much how this thing is powered. So what you're going to do is after this, on this top block, put a half slab, and then you're going to go down and place a sticky piston facing down. Now in survival mode, you'd be obviously falling here, so just go to the bottom of this bottom block and pillar up, and as you work your way down, just break the blocks below you, go down a few blocks at a time until you get to the bottom. Now what you're going to want to do is actually, before you do that, you want to actually power that sticky piston. Make sure it's powered. There you go. And now place a redstone block right on the face of that, and then just continue this pattern all the way down. So sticky piston facing down, it will get powered, and then redstone block. Just continue this pattern all the way down, just like so. This is what's different, and just like that, all the way to the bottom, just like that. This is the system that is different from the PC version. On PC, they use observers, but observers don't work the same on PC as they do on Xbox. On PC, they do 2 ticks, or they have a form of 2 ticks. On Xbox, they only do 1 tick, so it doesn't work the same. So now they have that in. We're going to move on, I guess, kind of step 6, or part of step 5, is doing the really big top platform to pretty much shade and make the whole thing dark so it works during the day. So how you're going to do this is make sure they are bottom half slabs, so push them on this on the piston like this, so they do come off like this, and you're going to want to go out 23 blocks in each direction on all 4 sides of this piston. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. So again, one more time, we'll do this. We're going to go out 23 blocks on each side again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. You're going to do this on all four sides, like I said. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And last time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. Just like that. So again, just like the platforms below and the magma blocks below, you're going to do, again, connect these up at a diagonal, just like this. So again, just get that diagonal going on all four sides. And then eventually it'll connect up perfectly with this side, just like that. Do that on all four angles, fill it all the way in, and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so now that top platform is done, now we're going on to, this is like the easier part, but the little bit more tricky part. You do have to pay attention and follow pretty much direct steps. There can't be any mess ups. You cannot mess anything up because it just won't work either as efficiently or won't work at all. So you're going to make sure you want to figure out which side your little, call it the connection, will go on. So mine's on this side, which means my redstone is going to be on this side of where the piston is. So to start, we're going to place a block or just two slabs for what I'm going to do on top of our system here, and you're going to place a piece of redstone on top of that, and then add a slab here and do your redstone dust like that. Now quickly, anywhere where I'm adding slabs, they do become full blocks, but when you put the redstone dust on top, they are not spawnable. So you could replace the slabs with full blocks of some sort, but really it's a lot easier just to make the platform out of slabs. That way it's not spawnable, and then go through and just add slabs to this, add another slab on top of it. So from this, you're going to go out 6 to the right. So this is again, this is what it looks like, and our redstone connection is going to go down here on this side. So from the right, you're going to go over 6 blocks, or add 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. Hopefully that was followable. And then off this 6th block, you're going to add an extra one there. We're going to stop there, and we're going to start putting in redstone and repeaters so we don't get too confused. We're going to add a repeater here. It does not have to have any ticks of delay, or just, you know, normal, just default. You're going to run the rest of this, going to be redstone dust, and then a repeater here. Now you're going to add an extra block down one again, and off to the right. This is where your lever is going to go to start your system. You can start it any way, but this is the easiest way, is just to add a lever and a redstone dust here. Now we're going to go over 13 blocks, 1, 2 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now on these 13, you're going to put 13 repeaters, just like so, but these are going to be on full tick delay. Full tick delay. Just like this. Just like that. And on the end, you're going to add a block to the left, and then one down, and you're going to add your redstone dust. Now you're going to take the slabs all the way back, and you're going to add 11 more repeaters. But first the blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then you're going to add your 11 repeaters, just like this. And again, on 4 tick delay, on full delay or 4 tick, whatever one you refer to it as. But again, all the way back. Then you're going to add 2 more blocks, one to the right and one down, where you're going to put your redstone dust. And now you're going to do it again, going down again. An easy way to do it is you're going to stop one short, just like this, and this is where your redstone is going to go this time. But if you need to know, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 repeaters that time. So that time it's 1 less. Yeah, 1 less repeater that time. Again, on 4 ticks of delay. Just like so. Now you're going to take your blocks down and do it again. Again, stopping one short, adding your redstone dust, and bringing your repeaters back. It is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 repeaters this time. And again, on 4 ticks of delay. Now you're going to bring it down one last time, just like that, and add your redstone dust, and then bring down your repeaters again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 repeaters that time, again on full delay. And for the last time, you're going to grab your blocks and bring it all the way down. This time you're going to go all the way to where it lines up with our first starting, and then bring this down as well. We're going to add dust here, and dust here. The rest of these, oh no, sorry, and dust here, so these 4, so you're going to go from the corner to the right one and then up 2 with dust, and the rest will be all repeaters and on full tick delay. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, all of these will be 4 ticks. Just like this, and the last 2 will also be on 4 ticks of delay, just like that. So that is our system, almost. We need to come back to the top here, and I added this part last just so it's you don't get too confused. You're gonna go up to here and basically make the same thing as you made on this side, on that side, on this side. So again, you're gonna add a repeater here, on no delay, it's fine, and a piece of redstone dust on the corner, and then redstone dust all the way down until here. You're going to want to put a redstone repeater there as well. This is your whole water system for just your platforms. Now, if you were only one of the platforms and you're relying on maybe a minecart system down there or something like that, something completely different than what we did, that's fine. Or if you just want to have your own clock, that's fine. But this is just so far for what we have. Now we're going to go right off of this block, and we're going to grab back those sticky pistons and redstone blocks. You're going to place it and power it so it'll be extended, and you're going to do the same thing as you did in the middle. So sticky piston extended with a redstone block. Make sure it's extended, because otherwise if you don't extend it, it will look like this, and then you'll be off on every single one. You'll be off by 1. So make sure you extend it to start, and then redstone block, sticky piston, redstone block, sticky piston, redstone block, sticky piston, redstone block, sticky piston, redstone block, all the way down. Let's repeat this all the way down. This is basically taking out, because on PC you could use observers for this. Well, we can't use observers because they don't have the same functionality and use as they do on PC. So we're going to go all the way down until we get down to this little platform here. So I think we can go down one more. Can we go down one more, or is it too far at that point? No, it's perfect. So we can then take this off and go take directly off of this and just hook that up right to that. So that's fully ready to go. So now this system is set up. You're going to want to unpower this now, because that's fine. It will just butt it, and everything will then re-extend, except for this one. Not sure why, but it just unbuds. So now what you're going to do is, off of this, you're going to place 2 slabs or a block on top, like I have, with your redstone on top, just like over there. And again, add a slab here and a redstone dust there. Now, this is where it gets a little bit confusing. You're going to take a signal off of this second portion. So this is your first line going this way, and then back this way, and then they turn and come back this way. On this one, you're going to take 2 blocks off to the left, just like this, and off this one, you're going to take 2 blocks off, or actually 3 blocks rather, and then you're going to connect these up, just like this. How you're going to wire this up is a repeater off of both, and then just redstone dust like this. You use repeaters, so you don't accidentally power this back and then send the signal again. It'll completely mess it up, and you're going to want to make sure you put repeaters on both. Now simply off this, just take your 2, go out 2 blocks so you don't run into this dust, and then just bring this out until you can connect it up with over here. So bring this down as well, just like this, and connect it up here. And now simply wire up your system. Now you're going to need to add repeaters. I find it pretty easy just to add repeaters. I'm going to add a repeater here. I'm going to add a repeater here. And I think that's actually all you need to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Perfectly, it works. That's just enough for me. You can wires up with different repeaters as long as your signal reaches. At this point, you are done. If you put all the buckets of water in your droppers on the bottom and on each platform, you are now done. Now, you don't, and I will show you that. But now let's go on to the AFK platform. As you can see, as I said, optional, you can use ladders. Personally, I just have a thing up in the sky that I land on with my elytra because, you know, it's late game, we have elytras. But if you don't, you can I take it off of this, and you're going to want to go up 26 blocks from this block. So if we quickly do that, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, sorry, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. Now I'm just going to add ladders to this, just in case you need ladders to get up there. No biggie, that's how you can get up there. Now personally, what I do is that I make a little square like this, just like that, and you can actually extend it. This can be any design you want. You can make it look fancy, you can make it look like whatever you want, but what you want to make sure is that you put slabs on all of this, and then to say you bring your wall up one more just so you can have like a wall so you don't just accidentally move and fall off. You can do it like this, but also make sure you put slabs on this so it is spawn proof. If it's not spawn proof, you risk mobs spawning. The likeliness is not very high, but it is possible. This is where those floor glowstone can come in. You can add in like I did over on the other one, just like that, and that's it. So once you have your AFK platform and all this done, we are done. So it may have taken you a while, maybe a couple hours. It's taken me over an hour just to make in creative. I have been talking, but still, it fully works. I don't have the water buckets in this system, but I can quickly show you that it does work. So how it works is, when I flick this lever, a quick pulse goes this way, which will then activate this, which will activate the bud to happen, and the bud will power all the dispensers, which will dispense the water. Then, while it goes this way, it also goes this way on a timer. That's why it's on full tick delay. But then when it gets over here, it's a perfect amount of time for, even if the mobs are directly next to the dispenser, the water will fully flow them and they will fall off. Then this will get powered. It'll send the signal this way to continue on the timer, but also back this way, back to the bud system, where it'll bud the dispensers again, turning them off, retracting their water, which will then allow them to spawn. Then this whole timer, the mobs have time to spawn. When the timer gets to here, this timer goes, and it activates our bud, which turns on the water flushing system down there. Then when it turns on here, it goes down, and when it comes back around here, it buds, it sends a signal to the bud system again, and turns the water off. And then, after a short period of time, the system completely recycles itself. So it's beautiful. It works, it's perfectly timed, it's perfectly set up. I actually built this originally in survival mode, but I critiqued it and perfected it in creative mode. So I am pretty proud of myself on that. But let's go quickly show you guys how this works. So we have the same exact farm, exactly the same. And here's this in action. Let me quickly add in our redstone dust. That's how I stopped the system on mine. But simply, you just power this and unpower it. As you can see, when I did that, it activated our water flushing system. When the clock gets to the end, the water will now turn off. As you can see, when the water gets to the next stage, which is coming up soon, this will bud. As you just saw, that just completely budded, turning on our water down there, and then in a few moments, all the drops go into the system, getting sorted, or getting returned. It'll bud again, and all the water gets retracted. It's perfect. Now the water is flowing on the platforms, and the whole system repeats itself. It is beautiful. It is amazing. It is the best system on console possible. This is the best mob farm you can get on console. As you can see, right as I turn it to hard mode, mobs immediately start spawning, because this is the only place they can spawn. Actually, they are probably going to spawn over here, aren't they? Yeah, they are. That's okay. As you can see, let's get a quick demonstration. Here we go. Here's our water being flushed. All the mobs being flushed out. They are all dying on impact. All their drops being on these platforms down here, as you can see. And in just a moment, it'll get powered and budded, or it'll get bud powered, dispensing all the water buckets, picking up and flushing all our items into our storage system. So you can see there they all go, and watch that last item get there right as the water goes away. It's literally timed to be the max efficiency as possible. Immediately the mobs are now falling again. So you can see it's literally as max efficiency as possible. Now we can go down here and quickly check our drops, and drops are just flowing in. It's amazing. So with that, that is the tutorial of the best, what I'm calling the best mob farm on Xbox or on console edition, either Xbox One or PS4. Again, this is the Xbox One edition, not the Better Together or the Bedrock. It is not. It is not PC. It is not the Java. It is Xbox One, to clarify. But as you can see, it's still going. It's still flushing, and drops are still coming in. If you AFK up there, all the drops I mentioned in the beginning, an hour. So times that by like 8 hours if you AFK'd overnight. Just think. It's crazy. But again, that's why I said in the beginning, make sure you have a lot of storage, otherwise you'll be wasting it. I thought one chest, double chest, would be enough for my test, but it completely overfilled, so I had to retest it another hour. It's incredible. This farm is amazing, and it's awesome. You won't regret building it. It does take a long time. Those platforms, gathering all the resources itself takes a long time, but you won't regret it. So that's pretty much the tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching, and that's all that I'm going to talk about the tutorial. So if you're only here for the tutorial, go ahead and cut away now, or cut to the end screen if you want. But that's all I'm going to talk about this. Now quickly onto my channel. If you do want to know, for people who are new, please subscribe if you haven't already, and like the video if you did and enjoy. But also, if you don't know, I make Minecraft videos like this one, but I make Let's Plays. I make a Let's Play on my city world, which I'm still working on, my castle. I also play survival, and I also sometimes do these tutorials. I've done a few in the past that were very not good quality. This one I did spend more time on to make sure it was good quality. So if you are interested in Let's Builds or in Let's Plays, this is what I do on my channel. If you guys also have any recommendations of other tutorials you'd want to see on the channel, let me know those as well. I do plan to do a gold farm tutorial because I actually have a very, very good gold farm that I'm still working on critiquing, so that's why I haven't made the video just yet. But I am critiquing. I'm going to get that out to you guys. But other than the gold farm and a mob farm, let me know if there's any other farms you guys want to see, and I can see if I can make the most efficient one and then get that out to you guys. So with that, if you guys did stick it out, thank you for watching. Again, let me know what you guys think of this tutorial. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next one, and I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure to keep God number one. That's the most important thing you can do. Bye, guys.